We take 2 weeks off and the Han Solo movie is a complete mess. That plus a lot more on today's Fandom News. How's it going, guys? Welcome to Fandom News, where we run down this week's top news in pop culture. My name is Mike.
My name is Chriselle.
My name is Bernie.
All right, and we are back, like I said in the beginning. We took a couple of weeks off to deal with some personal issues and some work issues and here and there. But we're back. We're back. So let's get right to it with our main topic of the day, pretty much. So it's been a busy couple of weeks for Lucasfilms. Last week, Lord and Miller were fired. Well, actually, 2 weeks ago, Lord and Miller were fired as the directors for the Untitled Han Solo movie. And a day later, Ron Howard was announced as the replacement director. So rumors are that Lord and Miller and Lucasfilm's producer were not seeing eye to eye on how to portray Han Solo. Now rumors are going around on the Han Solo movie having some issues with editors being fired and Alden Ehrenreich, who is the main, I can't say his last name, but who's the main Han Solo character there, needing acting coach. So thoughts on the drama surrounding the Untitled Han Solo movie. All right, I guess I'll go first. Like we were saying, so a couple of weeks ago, Lord and Miller were fired. It looks like them and Kathleen Kennedy were not seeing, and some other producers were not seeing eye to eye on the direction to take Han Solo and the humor. I guess it was probably what the main news was about. I don't know what you guys have heard, but I've heard rumors going around. And like I said, rumors. I've heard rumors going around that some of the humor was very Ace Ventura. Yeah, for Han Solo, which I'm like, to me, this doesn't really work.
I heard the same thing.
So first, I guess we'll go ahead and just start with this part of the news, which is Lord Miller being fired and Ron Howard hired as a replacement. I guess I'll go with the Ron Howard. That is definitely a safe choice. I think they've been filming since January. I would think since January, so they have more than half of the movie filmed, way more than half of the movie filmed, I would think. And then them coming in last minute, firing the directors, firing a couple editors, and bringing in Ron Howard. To me, that was just them saying, you know what, we need a veteran director to come in and bring some Happy Days. Did you guys catch that reference? Happy Days reference?
I'm only 19, bro.
I know you're not going to get that reference. But, bring in some more Happy Days. Hey, you got the Fonz reference. Bring in some more Happy Days, I guess you could say, to this movie. So they got Ron Howard to come in and kind of right the ship that was going around. So, Bernie, what do you think about this?
I was getting worried when I first heard about these news. That they had fired the directors for Han Solo, because I was like, wow, this is starting to turn into the next Batman movie, There's starting to be a lot of drama. It's like WB, and I was already kind of like,
or like The Flash. Well, actually, this one at least got started filming.
Yeah. But I think that's why I'm a little bit happier now, because they have some of the movie filmed already.
I think most of it, and most of it is usable footage from what I understand too.
Didn't that happen also with Rogue One?
Rogue One, yeah, it happened with Rogue One. They had to do reshoots because I guess it was too dark, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it was for a Disney film or whatever.
Yeah. So Disney had them reshoot some of the movie.
Now I think this is kind of like the opposite, because now it's the humor that's kind of the problem. It's not necessarily like the tone or anything.
Tone, yeah.
But I'm glad that they have at least some of the movies shot already. I feel like someone else could just kind of come in and take over. Or how do they have Ron Howard?
Yeah.
He's gonna come and take over, and I hope that he fixes all the little things that are going wrong, because obviously if they fired the directors that were already on board for this movie, it's probably like they said, it's probably because of the humor. It's probably because of some things that are happening on the set, or maybe they're not getting along or whatever. But I'm glad that they're not doing it like so late into the movie itself, or so early.
I guess you're right. I mean, Ron Howard still has to finish shooting it, and he's gonna have to do the post production stuff.
Yes,
so I guess that's right. And unlike Rogue One, what's his name? Gareth Edwards. He at least was playing nice with Disney, and he was like, and Lucasfilm. So he was like, oh, okay, you want me to go back and reshoot, some
that's
of these?
Fine, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'll go do it. Apparently, Lord and Miller were not too thrilled, and they just did not want it, and they wanted their vision, not Lucasfilm's vision, and Kathleen Kennedy and the producers there. So they were kind of kicked to the curb when they realized that things were not kind of going the way the producers wanted, and they were just kind of doing their own thing. So I'm okay with the Ron Howard choice. Again, it's a safe choice. He's got some good movies. He's got some bad movies. But I think as long as he plays in the Disney sand, in the
little sand area.
Sand area there, I think he'll do okay. And again, I think the reason they brought him is because they wanted a veteran director. They didn't want somebody young to come in and just be like, okay, past half of the filming, do whatever they want. They got a veteran director. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Let's kind of get to work and stuff like that. Chriselle, what do you think about this?
I'm just gonna say, who is in charge of these guys? Like, because it's someone who has to take care of like what you guys have done so far or something. Like that guy should be fired too.
Well, you would think that Kathleen Kennedy would be making her rounds and some of the producers would be making
check
her rounds
what you guys have done already, or you guys getting this, or you guys need something or something, to have a follow-up for them. So I just like, that guy should be fired as well, because not only the Laura Miller has a fault, it's just like the guy that was in charge in there. But also it caught my attention that they hiring like an acting coach. Like,
for all
that really like gets me a little bit worried now, because that they have already problems with the director that is pretty much expecting with some of the movies that we recently are watching, and especially because we have seen it in Star Wars, like with Rogue One, that they have to replace some
footage and stuff.
So in here they could have done the same kind of thing, but they more than because they went for with Ron Howard, so it's like a safe choice to go,
choice,
So right now the more like worrying thing for me is the acting coach. Like, what is happening for this movie?
I mean, apparently more than half of the footage that was filmed with Lord and Miller is usable footage. So Ron Howard really doesn't have to do too much filming, from what I understand, at least from what I've read in the rumors. I think more than anything, he's going to be doing post-production stuff and just kind of fitting in some stuff together. But yeah, the Alden Ehrenreich, I can never say his last name, but that one caught my attention as well, just because I wonder if he had if some bad habits stuck with him from Lord and Miller. That maybe they're just trying to shake it off and say, no, we don't want you to act this way, we want you to act a different way, so here's an acting coach to kind of get you back into, because I mean, he's a talented guy, so for him to need an acting coach, they're not getting what they wanted. And to see what you were saying, Chris, I think what you were trying to say is, why wasn't Kathleen Kennedy aware of this earlier? You know what I mean? And why didn't she step in early? Why wasn't she? I mean, this is a big Star Wars movie, and your job is to oversee Star Wars film. Star Wars, Lucasfilm. So you would think that she would be making her rounds about weekly or maybe every 2 weeks to see how everything's doing. Hey, let me see what you got. Let me see this. Let me see that. But it got to the point where where actors and stuff like that had to go back to had to go to the higher ups and say, this is not working out. So I get what you're saying. I mean, she might have a lot on her plate, but again, she's in charge of Lucasfilm. You would think that
would be her main priority.
That would be her main priority. Besides,
that would be what's on her plate.
Besides the episode movies, which I'm sure she can say, hey, I'll take 1 week and take a look at the episode, what is it, 8 now? Episode 8, see how they're doing. Then take another week and see how the Han Solo movie is doing. So you would think that she would you would think that it wouldn't be from now till January, from January to now, that they would barely catch this mistake. And I think they caught it earlier, to be honest with you too. I think they might have been kind of back and forth earlier. I think it might have been started since like maybe even May. But I'm assuming that's one of the reasons we didn't get anything in Star Wars Celebration, which I think by Star Wars Celebration they probably even knew that what was going on, that there were some
they just wanted to sweep it under the carpet and just lay low on it.
I think they didn't even talk about anything about Han Solo movie, if I remember correctly. So I think that had to do something with it. I don't think we're gonna get anything with Han Solo for D23. Which is this weekend. So I don't think we're gonna get anything with Han Solo anytime soon. I think until this ship kind of gets back on course and stuff like that. But Ron Howard is a good guy to bring in for this. Like you guys were saying, safe choice. He's gonna do a good job because the script is already up there in front. Just follow the script. Now I'm assuming that Kathleen Kennedy and the producers there at Lucasfilm are gonna be probably now have more eyes on this film now, to make sure it's on the right direction. But you guys have anything else to add on this? But messy couple of weeks there for the Han Solo movie, But you know what? I think they'll get back on track. I'm not too worried, but I am a little bit like, okay, like let's relax. But anyways, all right, let's move on to topic number 2. So the Hollywood Reporter is reporting that the villain for the upcoming Venom movie will be none other than Carnage. So thoughts on Carnage being the main villain for Venom? Bernie, what do you think about this?
I thought that the main villain in Venom was going to be Venom. Venom against Venom.
Okay.
Against Venom. No, I mean, I think this is a good choice. I honestly wouldn't see any other person being a villain for a Venom movie. I mean, that's just a pretty much obvious choice. I think my confusion, though, is how they're going to want to tie these movies in, because supposedly there's been some rumors floating around. They've been saying, oh, it's going to be part of the MCU. It's not going to be part of the MCU.
I think it's been confirmed that it's not part of the MCU. It is part of the Marvel... The Marvel universe, not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Something weird like that.
It's
Marvel
been
comic book universe.
Yeah, it's been
getting complicated.
But I mean, I think that if they're gonna bring Carnage in, they definitely need to make this movie rated R.
It is.
Well, they had already. I think. Basically, I think it's great that they're bringing in Carnage and they're doing Venom. I think it's something that we haven't seen before, and I think it's great that they're making it rated R, like you just said. I mean, it's already been confirmed, and I mean, I don't think there's anything that could possibly go wrong with this choice. I think it would have been kind of odd if they didn't choose Carnage as a villain, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think Carnage had to be the villain for this movie, and of course it's gonna be rated R. I mean, freaking, what's his name? Cletus? That's his name, Cletus. He's a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he is a murderer, dead cold blood murderer who's murdered a bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
He's a bad dude.
Yeah,
he's a bad guy. So yes, this movie needs to be rated R, but obviously it's been confirmed that it's going to be rated R, and it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot see anybody else besides, like, kind of like you said, maybe himself being the villain.
Yeah, but seems like maybe that'd be
weird.
Like a side story or something.
Yeah,
you know?
that seems kind of weird. But yes, I agree. There's nobody that could be the villain besides Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nobody can be the villain, and I'm very happy with that. Like I've mentioned before that I've want to see villains that we have not touched up on, you know, and I'm glad that they did Vulture for Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm glad that they're going to be bringing in Carnage. They're going to redo Venom, which with Tom Hardy, which can be awesome. I'm hearing words of I'm hearing rumors of Mysterio. I'm like, awesome. I can't wait for Mysterio. I want to see the bull, you know what I mean? I really want to see like the cartoony way, the comic book way. I've heard Kraven the Hunter. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, hell yeah, we're gonna a Kraven movie would be awesome. So these new villains are awesome, but I think I think Carnage fits in more with the Venom world. So I agree. This is good news for me. Yourself?
Well, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see Carnage in there. So I think that definitely they shouldn't be PG-13. No, you're talking about serial chaotic killer.
Yeah,
he makes damage and bad. So if they make it like more or less than that, I'm not gonna be interested in watching that movie.
Yeah, Carnage could be a very interesting character.
Yeah.
Cletus can be a very interesting.
Cletus.
I think that's his name, right? Cletus. If I'm not mistaken, Cletus Cassidy. There you go. Yeah. I was like, am I saying it right?
Sounds bad.
Yeah. No, he's a bad dude. So I mean, I want to see that. I want to see his bad side. I want to see him being a murderer. He was a murderer. He was a serial killer in the comics. I want to see him be a horrible person, a horrible person.
Yeah, and their rivalry versus Venom is gonna be
the rivalry. Yeah. I think it's gonna be good. I think now the casting will be awesome.
Yeah.
Who would they cast? I mean, I don't have any names, so I mean, if you guys have something that pop it up right now.
I would have casted Tom Hardy as Carnage.
Tom Hardy as Carnage would have been cool.
And I don't know about Venom, but that's where it kind of
Topher Grace.
I was gonna say Stephen Lang, bro.
Oh, Stephen. No, way too long. I know we wanted him as Cable, but no, that's way
we
too
can't have him as Cable. We might as well have him as something else, bro. Like,
man, Topher Grace.
Topher Grace.
Oh no,
we want Eric.
Oh god, no, we don't. No, but I mean, I don't have anybody right now that comes to my mind. I don't have anybody.
Tom Hardy should play both.
Maybe one day we'll make a video of who we want castings and stuff like that. But as of right now, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. But anyways, let's move on to topic number 3. So it's been confirmed that the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel will be the first movie out in the MCU after Avengers 4. Now Sony's Amy Pascal has revealed that the sequel will take place moments after the events of Avengers 4. The Spider-Man sequel is slated for a 2019 release. Thoughts on Spider-Man sequel taking place moments after Avengers 4? Bernie, what do you think about this?
I actually got surprised when I heard this piece of news. I was like, wait, well, because usually when we're used to watching these movies, they usually take place months, days, or even after, like, years after, like, a certain event happens.
Yeah.
And especially with Infinity War being such a big event, it's basically like a big war. It's just a whole bunch of heroes going against, Thanos. We already know about that.
Yeah.
But for this to happen minutes after, it's like, I feel like there's not going to be any cooldown or anything like that afterwards. You know what I mean? You're saying it's going to be out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
No, it's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
It's in the Cinematic. Okay.
So the Spider-Man Homecoming sequel is the first movie right after the major events that are going to happen with Avengers 3 and 4.
Okay. Yeah, and it's kind of weird. I mean, I would imagine it'd be something kind of like funny, like maybe, whatever happens in Infinity War happens, and like 5 minutes later, like, Hobgoblin is, I don't know, cruising around on his little glider, and it causes trouble,
Scorpio,
and Spider-Man or Scorpion or something, But I mean, it's kind of odd. Like, I'm trying to piece together a way how that could happen, but I haven't thought of anything. But it's a good piece of news, I guess, because they're jumping on it like right afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Avengers Infinity War comes out in 2018. Then Avengers 4, which is still untitled, comes out in May 3rd, 2019. So I'm assuming that let me see. Yeah, the sequel for Homecoming is going to be late 2019 or maybe summer of 2019. So that's going to put us right there where Avengers 4 is still going to be fresh in our mind. So I actually really like this idea because, let's be honest, like the things that are supposed to happen in Avengers 3 and 4, or at least what we assume is going to happen, it's supposed to change the MCU forever. Forever. We might get some people killed off. We might get some. It's going to change the world forever. I mean, we're talking about a galactic war. You know what I mean? I mean, we're talking about some of these characters who have never been into space are going to have to fight in space and stuff. Like, we're talking about Spider-Man going up in space. Like
it's mind blowing.
Like, this is going to change the MCU forever. So, of course, I want to know immediately what happens. I'm assuming that something major happens and Spider-Man now has to deal with it. He's kind of probably have to be like the main focus. And I'm assuming that Spider-Man is probably going to be the main focus in Avengers 4, which is going to lead right to his movie. I mean, I'm not expecting a extremely funny movie like we got with Homecoming.
Something more serious.
I'm expecting something more serious because if the comics is anything to go by, Infinity War and Infinity Gauntlet and all these movies are crazy movies that are supposed to change, comic books forever. So I'm assuming that this is going to be craziness, and Peter Parker now has to deal with what the hell did he just deal with? Like, he's got to go back to his normal life after freaking fighting Thanos up in the galaxy.
Right.
And now he's got to do math homework.
Bro.
You know what I mean? Like, what
when you got to fight Thanos at 4, but you got to math test at 5?
Exactly. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm expecting a lot from this.
Yeah.
And I'm expecting a lot. So, I love the fact that it's going to take moments because... I don't want to... Okay, I'm going to go into Homecoming spoiler a little bit. All right? So just a little bit. So if you don't want to spoil it, just kind of have a spoiler tag there. I love the fact that in Homecoming, the beginning of Homecoming, they had the Peter Parker perspective of Civil War. You know what I mean? So like, he was recording what happened in Civil War, him packing with Happy Hogan and him going on the plane and whatever. And then his perspective where he sets up his camera and he's fighting, blah, blah, blah. All right, anyways... People back from spoilers. So I liked some of that part from Homecoming. So I'm assuming that just being able to kind of be as close as possible to the movie, I really like that idea. I really like it. Chriselle?
Okay.
I know. I went for a long
Help me out a little bit. I wake up at 4 a.m. I haven't been slept.
All right.
Oh, that's why I'm bringing coffee.
All right.
So they have the Avengers 4, and then obviously they're gonna be in 2 parts: Avengers 4 and Avengers 5
No, it's
for
Avengers
fighting
3, Avengers 3
Thanos.
and 4. 3 is Infinity War, and then 4 is still Untitled.
Okay, the 4 is still Untitled.
Yeah.
Okay, right after fighting Thanos and finish it, it's gonna be placed out Spider-Man.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now I get my thoughts a little more clear. Thank you.
On to our next piece of news. Oh.
Yeah, I know. I was like, wait, what? I was trying to find my thoughts. No. Yeah. Actually, you also have to remember a little bit at the end of Spider-Man. Like, spoilers.
Okay, another spoiler. So, sorry, guys.
So, remember that he turned down the offer of Iron Man.
Yes.
So, that means that he's maturing. He's getting aware of who he is, you know. He wanted so bad to be on the Avengers, and we see him that every single time he was texting, he was calling happy, doing all this crazy stuff just to be part of the Avengers, or have a mission, or do something like that I can help. So when he gets some knowledge at the end of the movie and it starts hitting into it, he's like saying like, oh wow, you know, it's a lot of people out there that needs my help, not only the big type of stuff that we do normally. So I think and when he's gonna get into the Avengers, he's gonna try to find out kind of like what he is, what he's doing, and blah blah blah. And eventually after Avengers 4, I think that part of his life is gonna make him mature and say, you know, I need to do something bigger. Like someone probably he's gonna see someone die and someone get hurt. Probably most of the people that he cares is gonna be probably in danger, so he has to become that strong Spider-Man and mature and get like, because Spider-Man is one of the main characters for Marvel, let's be honest, and
it's probably the most popular Marvel character.
Yeah, and right here after Avengers and fighting Thanos and fighting whatever else they have to fight, he has to make sure like, okay, I need to take a lead or something. I need to make sure this doesn't happen again. So I'm really excited. I think they're gonna do a good job for it.
Yeah. All right, you guys have anything else to add? Very exciting though. I mean, we're talking about 2018, 2019. We're getting Avengers 3 and 4.
That's oh my god, they took like
nuts
years to get into this place.
From 2007 all the way to, that's 12, 13, 14 years of
awesome. So
they're preparing us.
It's a good time to be alive, guys.
That's a whole childhood.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's move on to topic number 4. So the I have no idea. Inquisitr. It's in the description. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry for the source.
We're gonna put lower down there.
It's in the description for sure. Yeah. Inquisitr. Okay, and it's reporting that Avatar 2 and the future sequels will employ an RGB laser projecting system that will exclude the need for 3D glasses and watch a 3D film. The system provides bright images at a high frame rate, allowing crisp visuals that eliminate the need for special glasses. So Avatar 2 will be out in 2020 with the other 3, 4, and 5 coming out, you know, a couple of years after that. So thoughts on the new 3D technology being used for Avatar sequels? What do you think about that, Bernie?
I think it's great. I think it's overdue. I hate wearing
glasses over your glasses.
Glasses over my glasses.
I'm with you.
It's the most annoying thing. And then I take off these glasses and I put on the 3D glasses and I can't see anything, but oh wow, all these things are popping out at me. I don't even know what's popping out at me.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's great and it's overdue. I honestly think that it's technology that's like that should have been, like I said, it's overdue. That should have come out years ago. But I'm also not a big fan of it because there's some movies that I would rather not watch in 3D that I'd rather watch in 2D. You know, just the standard format. Okay, I'm gonna go watch a movie. Let's just see what happens on the screen. Because sometimes
I still think you're gonna have your standard Avatar movies if you want to do that. Yeah.
But I think Avatar's a great choice.
It is.
For them to start implementing this technology with other movies, I wouldn't agree, but that would be on like a different thing. But with Avatar, I'm okay with it because Avatar is a movie about visuals. Yeah, I mean, when James Cameron came out with the first Avatar movie, it was off the hook. It was the first 1080p movie I had ever seen on a flat screen TV, and I always remember it because it's like, wow, I would always see like the all these characters moving so smoothly, and it's in HD. And then when I went to watch it in 3D as well, it was like crazy. It was like, even if I had to deal with the whole burden of putting glasses over my glasses, I still thought it was an enjoyable experience. So I think it's great, and I think I'm happy that they're gonna be implementing this technology with the movies coming up.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a big fan of 3D. I don't watch too many 3D movies. I did watch Avatar in 3D, and I thought it was awesome. But every time I watch a 3D movie, I do have to put on my contacts, which I don't want to because I get lazy. That's why I put on glasses. It's easy, But so because I don't like the glasses over glasses. It's annoying.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I gotta put on my contacts, and I don't want to go through that. But this technology, I think it's awesome. I think. I wonder if this is what James Cameron was waiting for, and maybe that's why we're getting a sequel years and years and years after the first Avatar. I wonder if he was like, hey, you know what? It's time to push the envelope and, come up with something new again, like they did with Avatar 1. So I wonder if that's what it is, and he's saying, you know what, 3D glasses less, or 3D glasses less. I don't know how you would say that. Watch a movie in 3D without glasses. I think it's a great idea. It would allow me to be able to just take my normal glasses, which I feel comfortable with, and just watch a damn movie. You know what I mean? And again, I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be on every movie, but I think you're obviously going to have, like you have now, I think you're going to have the capabilities of watching it in 3D and not 3D. I think one that we when we went to the preview of Doctor Strange.
Oh,
that one was really cool in 3D. So there's some movies that benefit from it being in 3D, and being able to watch it without glasses is going to be even better. I still prefer just to go watch it in IMAX or something like that than to spend in 3D. But I don't mind 3D. I just the glasses kind of annoy me, and then I do get a little dizzy at times. So it's okay, but I think this technology, I think it's way overdue. So I'm really excited to see what they decide to do with that. Chriselle?
Well, I have two sides. One, I'm like, oh, cool, that's going to be nice. And the other one is like, no. And my reason is because I get dizzy with the glasses, and also I get a headache after 3 hours of watching something 3D, and just like if they have those scenes that they just popped out of nowhere, they just get scared. Imagine a scary movie with that thing.
Oh, I'm sure there's been, but not any good ones, I would think. Maybe I'm mistaken.
No, I'm not watching in that in that laser projection system. Because imagine I'm not sure. I have this idea that you're gonna be sitting down watching your regular, and then something is gonna come in here, and then you'll be like. I
wouldn't say it's gonna be that exaggerated.
I really don't know, but that's what something I picture in my head. I was like, oh right, it's like laser projection system. So you're pretty sure that it's gonna be not only in the screen, it's gonna be coming out. I would think that I wouldn't be too afraid. Like if you're gonna go watch Freddy Krueger, I don't think one minute you're watching Freddy Krueger on the screen, the next minute he's sitting eating your popcorn right next to you. I'd be out. I would be out of it.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I think something like that will pop out just a tiny bit, where just your vision just kind of goes like whoa, like this. I just think that's kind of like all we're gonna get. I don't think you're gonna be like from here to here, nothing crazy like that. I just think it's gonna be like little things where
who knows
if you're flying the Banshee in Avatar, for instance. And you'll kind of feel a little bit, just kind of like a little sway back or something. I'm assuming that's kind of what the 3D without glasses is gonna kind of feel like, not something that's gonna be like right in your face and hey, I'm right here.
I have no idea what they're planning to do. I just heard the laser projection system, and I'm like, oh, okay, you guys taking too much already, getting overboard with this. I'm cool. I like the Avatar first. That I think we watched it on 3D.
We did watch it in 3D.
And I had a big headache when I came out of it.
I did too. I enjoyed it, but I did.
It was cool, but some parts I'm not going to lie. I was like this. I took out my glasses. Okay, wash it in here. Take it a few minutes and then put it back. Okay, I'm good now.
We have glasses break.
I think once that's gonna happen, if we don't need the glasses to watch this movie, I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to take some moments from watching the movie. So
yeah, because it's still gonna mess with your eyes.
Yeah, because it's too much, and it's like a long movie. They make long movies. Just be honest. Like it was like 2 hours movie. I'm like, okay, I can handle it. But 3 hours of that.
Which is why, which I think will be my concern, because I don't know if it's the glasses that make your right. Well, right now, obviously, it's the glasses right now that make your vision or maybe your head hurt and stuff like that. But I wouldn't say that it's. I would say that if you remove the glasses, I think the possibility of your head still hurting is still going to be there, because it's not it's the movement, the 3D that messes with your eyes and your brain that's going to be the culprit, not really the glasses in a way. Yeah. So I mean, if they do that, then I guess it will be all good. I guess, but we'll see what happens. You guys have anything else to add?
No.
All right, let's go to our final topic of the day. This is going probably for a while. We have a lot to say after being gone for a few weeks, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so during his interviews for War for the Planet of the Apes, Matt Reeves was asked about the Batman movie. Here's what Reeves said. There's a chance to do an almost noir-driven detective version of Batman that is point-of-view driven in a very, very powerful way. That will hopefully connect you to what's going on inside his head. So thoughts on the comments made by Matt Reeves on his take about the Batman, and also I think he's kind of hinted at the fact that he might even be interested in a trilogy for the Batman. So that's also there. So Bernie, what do you think about these comments made by by Matt Reeves? Maybe us getting a noir-driven detective version of Batman.
I think it's serving Batman justice. Oh, feels odd to say that, but yeah, it's serving Batman Justice
League.
We it's serving Batman Justice League. Okay, well,
no, go ahead.
I think it's very deserving because we know Batman is the world's greatest detective. That's one side of Batman that we haven't really seen over the years. In Batman vs. Superman, I mean, it was pretty plain. He was just pretty, I don't like Superman, I'm gonna go fight the dude. You know, like that wasn't a detective style movie. I think the closest that we've ever gotten was kind of like The Dark Knight.
Or he was examining the bullets. That was pretty close.
Yeah, like it was. He was doing a few things, but it wasn't necessarily a detective movie. You know.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great to implement this because that's what we know him as. That's how we don't just know him as this big strong guy that's used to just beating up bad guys and know who he's going after. No, it's this guy that really puts his mind to use and says, I have to connect all these pieces together. I need to go and locate this person to find that person, and I need to do. And that's what I'm used to seeing from all the cartoons, from all the comic books that I read. So I think it's really serving it justice. Now, in regards to a trilogy, I wouldn't mind it because I really love the Batman that we have now. Of course, in every trilogy, in every movie franchise, there's always going to be comparisons. We're always going to want to compare Ben Affleck's Batman to Christian Bale's Batman, and the movies that possibly Matt Reeves will make the trilogy to Christopher Nolan's trilogy. And I don't think it's about that. I think it's just about getting a movie that takes all aspects of the character, and I think it's great that we're getting a trilogy. I just hope that they do it right.
I'm with you on this one. I'm not really gonna be comparing which one was better. I mean my favorite movie is The Dark Knight. That movie's a masterpiece. But Matt Reeves has the potential to make maybe even a better movie than that one. I mean, dare I say that? I mean, at least with what he's telling us, a noir-driven detective version of Batman, I don't even know why we haven't even gotten a noir version of Batman yet. Like it's like when you think about Batman, you do think about that kind of old school detective.
It's kind of like obvious.
It's very obvious. It's almost like graphic novelty, and the stories that they have for Batman are amazing. I mean, if it's perfect. So his comments are making the huge Batman fan in me very, very happy, and the fact that he can maybe do 3. I think it would even be a better idea. I mean, what we want is a detective Batman. We've been wanting that for a while. I mean, we saw Batman vs Superman that he kicks ass, and that's awesome. I mean, I love the fighting style that they were showing. It was very Arkham Asylum video game style. I loved it. But now I want to get more into the Batman being the world's greatest detective. He's the world's greatest detective. Not the second. He's the world's greatest detective.
Move over, Nancy Drew.
Yeah. So it's I love these comments from Matt Reeves. I want this, and I want it now. we're obviously not gonna get it now. But I think now that the War for the Planet of the Apes is kind of coming to an end, he's got a couple of weeks until the movie comes out, or I think a week or two or something like that when the movie comes out. He's still doing press. I think now him and Jeff Johns and everybody else and Ben Affleck will probably get together and say, okay, now the focus is Batman. So I can definitely see us getting a Batman movie by 2019. So I'm excited. I'm expecting a great movie. I'm very excited from these comments. Chriselle?
Well, I love the idea and they think that they have an idea what they want to do with Batman. Then just like don't start with like don't have any idea or in blank. So I like that he has like, okay, I want this for Batman to be and we're gonna go for it. So I like that. I give him props for that. And the other thing is that we haven't seen the detective side from Batman. As the only part that I remember seeing a Batman detective like really good and knowing what is in his head is on the video games. Most of the video games tell you like the great detective that he has like in the background, and also is showing like he can kick ass, be the detective, be all this together. So if they caught that point and put it into a movie, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be an amazing movie if they do that, because all we have seen so far, it was just the fighting side of Batman, the Batman that is angry, the Batman that is very mature, the Batman that is, I don't know, like a bunch of different Batmans. But if they can get what is inside his head, what is happening, why he's going to do that thing, or why he's thinking on the detective area, is gonna be a good Batman.
Yeah, I mean, it's just very exciting. Like Matt Reeves, I mean, from what I've heard for War for the Planet of the Apes, I've heard it's awesome. And then he did the one before that one, with Dawn for the Planet of the Apes. I think it was Dawn, right? He did that one too, which is also another good movie. So I mean, he's got potential to bring us a great trilogy for this Batman series. And if he's gonna be like, you know what, we're taking this more serious, there's so many stories to do now with the Ben Affleck Batman. We haven't done like a Killing Joke. Imagine him taking on the Killing Joke type of story. Freaking crazy. Death in the Family. You got so many stories that you can kind of go with. With this, that I want to see. I want to see this. I want to see some of these more gritty Batman, more detective, or more just like, I don't know. I'm really excited. I know what I want to see for my Batman, and it just kind of frustrates me that I can't go make a Batman. Right. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like
give me the movie. I do it.
Yeah, right.
Just make a home film about it, man.
Make a home video.
Cast me as
I'll make
Batman.
CGI. No, stop motion movie. But these
you want to support Mike to making his Batman movie?
Kickstarter.
There's a GoFundMe account at the bottom.
No, but seriously, like, I mean, Matt Reeves, I think will do an amazing movie. I think that what he is saying is great. Now, hopefully, it goes well on a script and goes well on film, and hopefully it turns out well. That is it for us today, guys. Thank you for joining us on Fandom Fuel News. If you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you guys check out some of our other videos over there. Subscribe to our channel down there. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.